Good morning. I hope you're having an amazing day. The weather is better. It's spring. We've got 12 hours of light and 12 hours of dark right now. We're in the new part of the year coming into summertime, which is so much fun. So today I want to talk to you about the small traumatic things from your past that are keeping you from having the love life that you really want right now. I'm not talking about the significant sexual assaults that you've experienced, but there will be something for you too, if that's what's in the way of you having the love life that you want now. Those really significant, terrible sexual assaults or other sexual experiences that have been hugely traumatic. Today, I'm talking about the small traumatic things that have happened in your life. So in my life, I've shared often that when I was a young woman, so maybe 17 years old, and I had a boyfriend and we decided to have sex this one time, and I took my clothes off, and he said to me, he's a nice person, he didn't mean to hurt my feelings, but he said, "You look great with your clothes on." Here I was naked. He said, "You look great with your clothes on." And it was one of those small traumatic events in my life where I felt, the first time I'd ever really been seen naked by another person who, a partner, a man, I felt really inadequate about myself. I felt ashamed and like there was something wrong with me. And I saw all of my flaws. And for whatever reason, that particular thing stayed with me. And it ended up being something that kept me from feeling as comfortable with my body as I needed to feel so that I could be open and free with a partner and with myself going forward. So this is the type of small traumatic event I'm talking about. Something that's happened, something that's been said. Oftentimes it is verbal. A partner may have said something to us about our body, about the way we look or feel or smell, something that ends up causing us to feel inadequate and constricted and keeps us from showing up confidently, which is, of course, the sexiest thing that we can ever do, is to be confident and comfortable in our own body. And because of that, we need to think about these small traumatic events from the past. So number one, the first thing to do is to recognize them. When you are, going around your life being you, in all your glory, just being yourself, and you notice yourself kind of constricting or coming in your energy sexually or any way, any kind of decrease in your confidence, be aware of that and give yourself the possibility of knowing where it came from. So what was the thing in your life that made you start to feel like this, to feel this sense of kind of shame or lack of confidence or discomfort in the current time? So think back, like, is there something about my life that reminds me of? What would that thing be? And if you can identify it, and we can't always identify it, I'm not talking about getting into your head and kind of micro analyzing everything that happens, but just being aware that maybe there's something in your life that's happened, and then take a moment to just bless and release it. Send it back to the person who gave it to you in the first place, like return to sender. I don't know what was going on with this partner. He was a young guy. Perhaps he felt inadequate about himself. We didn't know what we were doing at all, as you can imagine. Most young kids don't have any idea what they're doing when they're being sexual together. So just return to sender and be in the present moment. Excuse me. Be in the present moment and in your body right now. Be in your body using your 5 senses. So connect to your breath. Look at something in the room that is attractive to you. Stay embodied in your current situation and realize, here I am many years later, and this thing that was said to me, I'm not going to let that thing ruin my current experience, right? I am not going to take that on. I'm not going to let that kind of like poison my feeling about myself right now. I have a choice about that. I'm going to bless and release. I'm going to do some mindful kind of awareness of my current senses, being aware of my breath, being aware of where I am now, and just allowing myself to let go of that small traumatic event from the past. And it may be something that you have to do over and over. There may be something like this that's a trigger for you that you have to kind of release over time, gradually just letting it go. Okay, thank you, kind of like, thanks for sharing old memory from the past. I know that at that time I felt inadequate about my body. And right now, I don't choose to feel that. I choose to be in my current state, alive, enjoying who I am right now. Because honestly, that's all we've got ever is the who we are right now. And so when I let go of that small traumatic event from the past, in my case, the situation where my boyfriend of that time, said I looked great with my clothes on, and I implied that, oh, that meant that I didn't look good without my clothes on, which I guess was probably true. I don't know, whatever. At least in that moment to him, I made that assumption that might not have been true. So if this is you have some of these things in your life, lesson release, let them go, stay in the current moment, stay in your sensations for right now, your 5 senses, and see how that works for you. Now, if you're somebody who's struggling with significant sexual concerns, things that have happened, sexual assaults, significant traumas from the past, and I know there are so many of you and so many of us who have this experience. It's a horrific number of people, men, women, and non-binary people who've had sexual assault in their history. And if that's you, then I recommend that you not only do what I just suggested, but get yourself help so that you can hold these bigger experiences, these very traumatic experiences in yourself, in your being. You're welcome to schedule a virtual coffee with me if you'd like to get that conversation started with yourself. I can hold space for you beautifully, and we can have a little bit of a beginning conversation about that. That's some of the work that I do to help people, is to help them start to move and metabolize those experiences just at the beginning level. So if that's you, you could reach out to me or to another person who is trauma informed in their work, or a trauma specialist. So that's, do that for yourself, because that's really important. It can definitely get in the way of you feeling connected, grounded in your body when you're with the partner. So let go of all that stuff that's sitting inside of your energy, that's keeping you from feeling confident, that's keeping you from feeling alive. You owe it to yourself to have the kind of love life, the kind of experience of being you, your own very own self, in your own body right now and every single day. Talk to you next week. Bye-bye.